from the News Channel 5 network. This is OpenLine.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie Sharp. I appreciate you being with us here for OpenLine. We're talking about the economy tonight, and boy, we are all suffering under these economic challenges that we are facing. Professor Julio Rivas is joining us once again from the College of Business at Lipscomb. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate the invite. I'm always happy to be here, and I'm always happy to talk about the economy or whichever topic you ask me to talk about.
You always have so much to say, and I can tell that you love this job. You love this topic. I do want to remind you at home, this is OpenLine. If you have questions, if you want to broaden your understanding of what is going on in our economic world right now, this is the night to call, 615-737-PLUS. Buckle up. We're all going to learn a lot tonight and hopefully just understand the times that we are in better. As we were talking about a lot of different topics before the show, one thing that you said that I think is so critical to remembering that eases everybody's anxiety, or at least it eases mine. This is cyclical. The economy is always cyclical. We have highs and we have lows.
We have highs and we have lows. Yeah, it's if I may, a little bit of economic theory, right? So there are two different ways of explaining the economic cycle, right? In the short run, there's always ups and downs, right? But in the long run, we are supposed to grow in a smooth upward sloping line, right? So the challenge here is, how far away are we from that line, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if we one might think, well, if the economy grows a lot and you know, all of that is good. Yes, it's good, but up to a certain point, you know, because then what we are going to be seeing is what we're seeing right now. You know, things get more expensive and resources get more limited. You know? So it is harder for us to have resources, and everything gets more expensive. That at some point is going to lead to a cool off. And once the economy starts cooling down, we start going down, and we're going back to that imaginary line that is going up.
That's right.
But yes, we're gonna go up. You know, that's historically that's what happens, and I don't see any reason for this not happening again.
And that should give us some amount of comfort as we go through these times, because times are really tough right now. And for months now, we've been saying, are we headed towards recession? Are we headed towards recession? And there have been some contradictory points. You know, the Fed keeps raising interest rates, which isn't necessarily a good thing when you look at, you know, a recession indicator. But, you know, the job market is doing great right now. Unemployment is so low. So it's like all these contradictory things.
Yeah, it seems like a contradiction. A lot of analysts believe that we're gonna probably have some sort of economic downturn, if not a recession, towards the end of this year, the beginning of next year. My guess is that it might be more at the beginning of next year. Especially since it is also expected for interest rates to go up once again. And that is the way in which the mechanism that the Fed uses, if we can use the analogy of a car, you know, like either gas or brakes, right? So if we want to put if we want to step on the gas, we ease the monetary policy. We put more money into the market. But if we want to hit the brakes, we increase interest rates, right? So
I want to get back to that point, because it's one worth drilling down into. But Joe is on the line right now. We always welcome calls. Hi, Joe.
Yes, I'm just curiosity. I mean, as far as I know, everything's going up, but I'm looking at us being self-dependent as far as the pipelines. If we were pumping our own oils and, you know, taking care of ourselves instead of being dependent on the other countries, if we were pumping our own oil right now, could that not help the economy? Just curious question.
All right.
What I'm looking for.
Okay, thank you, Joe, and thank you for breaking the ice tonight. Usually I find after one person calls in, we get a lot more. And you're always welcome to call in. Lines are open.
And Joe brings in a very good point. You know, I mean, it's oil is an interesting topic. You know, I would like to think that we're heading towards clean energy and a lot of different things, but at this point in life right now, we need to have oil, right? Oil is the driving force behind all of the energy that we have. I mean, if you look around, we use energy, and we've been using more and more energy as time goes on. I really think it will be beneficial if we're able to pump more oil out of the American
reserves,
out of our reserves. Yeah, it's relying in other countries, and I mean. we can see what happened with OPEC last week, right?
Exactly.
It's evidently the other countries are going to look for to satisfy their own interests, right? And that might not be aligned to our interests, you know. So if they say, okay, we're going to cut production by 1 million barrels or 2 million, I don't remember how much.
2 million a day.
Yeah, they said 2 million. Now I was reading that probably they cannot do 2 million, but they might do 1 million. You know, anyway, you know.
It hurts.
It hurts, right? Because there's less supply and whatever's available, prices are going to go up. Now,
and it seems like a lot of forecasting too, because they said, you know, we're eyeing a recession as well. We think people are going to drive less. There may be some other factors involved. Prices already went up once, and as expected at the beginning of November, when this cutback starts, they're going to go right back up again.
Yes, no, then that's always a challenge, you know, and that also gives a lot of room for political bargain with other countries, you know, and that might be what they want, because they know that we need oil, right?
Right.
And definitely, I'm in favor of being more relying on ourselves. I mean, as much as we can, you know, as much as we can, because we need a lot of. I mean, we consume a lot of oil. You know, I mean, not only in cars, it's the main source of energy.
And we had a story just a couple of weeks ago about gas prices, natural gas prices, and home heating prices this winter. Natural gas expected to go up by 66% in some places.
No, that's.
I mean, that hurts.
Yes.
That hurts a family.
Of course, yes. I mean, and your family budget is going to be affected by this, you know. So
especially when we already have groceries at record highs. You know, we talked about the gas everywhere you turn. Even before the show, we were talking about even pet food is more expensive right now.
Pet food is more expensive. Yes.
Like just feeding our 4-legged family members is getting tough.
Yes, I mean, and evidently we're not going to stop buying them food.
No,
you know? But then we need to see what are we going to cut instead of you know, gas
so
or other.
Let's get back to that pumping the brakes, hitting the gas analogy that we're using when it comes to the interest rate and the Fed. They're trying to kind of slow the economy a little bit by making it tougher to borrow money, whether it be for a house or on credit cards, that sort of thing, right?
Yes. That is basically the hitting the brakes analogy here. You know, it's as interest rates go up, money gets more expensive, and the cost of, because in interest rate is basically the price of money, right? So we want to put a price as everything else with the economy. We're going to say interest rates is the price of money. So as it gets more expensive, it gets more expensive to borrow. You know, and if you want to get a house, your payment's going to go up. Right?
Yes, it
is. If you
is.
want to get a car, your payment's going to, and you see, I mean, it's. Who was it? Carvana, I think, or one of those dealers of you know, secondary market dealers of cars. They didn't make their earnings, you know, because there's less people buying just because of that same reason. Well, credit cards, of course, you know. So right now it's a tougher time to be in the market for you know, financing.
And yet you still go out to the stores right now. Feds have raised interest rates, I think, 3 times, right, in the last year.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but I've been to TJ Maxx and Target over the past couple of weeks, and they are packed. I mean, it does not seem like people are pulling back yet.
Yes, and that's part of the fact that we're still riding that wave, you know, but that might be also a signal for the Fed to increase the rates even more. You know? Because as there is more demand for goods and services, prices are going to keep on going up.
That's right. Let's get back to the line. Joe actually wants to join in on the conversation again. Hi, Joe. Welcome back.
I'm going to bug y'all one more time.
That's okay.
It's something I meant to say a while ago. You know, I hate to throw this out there and be mean, but Biden, he took credit for the gas prices going down. Is he going to take credit for the gas prices going up, or is he going to blame it on Putin again? I'm going to leave it alone. Good night.
You know how politics work, Joe. Everybody takes credit when things are good, right? But I do, you know, Joe brings up a great point. I mean, no matter which administration is in, they're all going to take credit when things are going well. But we do have the midterms coming up.
Yes.
And politics and the economy are not two separate topics. How do you see this playing out? Any curveballs coming out?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You know, I mean, it's especially since, well, the you know, oil depends on a lot of different factors. It's not only us. And you know, we have memory. You know, especially economic memory. And if things don't turn out to be as good as we expect them to be. there will be some sort of retaliation.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we will see it come November.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of your calls. We're going to keep talking about the economy, so stay with us.